feel it. I think it pricks the conscience very quickly and sharply. Yeah. So certainly a fantastic avenue for a great editorial and one that literally wakes us up.
This is our society, right? And it will take me and you to do it. That's why I always watch Johnnie's Bite.
The general watches Johnnie's Bite
every day.
Thank you very much.
And it's devoid of insults, but straight to the point, factual and fearless.
What he seeks to do is to bring attention to some of the ills or some of the problems that we have. And even though it's often very spicy, I was telling him that he could add some ketchup on the side.
Oh, you should add some ketchup. It's too hot for you,
Too hot.
I don't get surprised when people criticize you. But I think you are doing a good job.
Thank you, sir.
And don't at all think about what people will say. Continue with the objective work that you are doing. And definitely it will help this nation. Because you are not doing it for yourself. But what Ghanaians cannot say is what you are saying.
Charlie, no be joke. The pressure people like Johnnie can give you.
No.
You no get grey hair, you go get grey hair.
I'm innocent.
And that's what I'm saying. That the pressure Johnnie and his people, the pressure they can give you, you no get grey hair, you go get. So your best bet is not to have hair.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbanallah wa ni'ma wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Johnnie's Bite. Good morning. I trust your night was good. Well, to make your day better and treat you to get a pack of cocoa dairy-free coconut milk, enjoy it. I mean, there are various variants that you can enjoy. All you need to do is to pick up your phone and call 027-4440-180, approved by the FDA. And it's good for vegetarians, lactating mothers, pregnant women. It's good for the young and old, everybody in the family. Call 027-4440-180. Visit Facebook page Cocoa Dairy Free GH. Yesterday, I spoke to you about the immigration service. And I've had too many calls asking me questions. And it is the reason I like to back what I say with the facts, the documents, the videos, the pictures. There's a reason I like to back it with it. Because I know that there are people who know the truth in this country who will pretend as ostriches and even ask you to show proof when they know that what you're saying is correct. So I always come with my proof. And I can tell you on authority that yesterday when we finished the show, people started asking questions. There was heat. So today I bring you part 2 of the conversation. Part 2 of that conversation. Now, the first question I want to ask this morning is to say good morning to our Controller General, who has been giving a contract extension of 2 years. As I mentioned earlier, there is some kind of disaffection and tension, as was reported back in the day. I showed you the newspaper clippings. Back in the day, earlier in the year, it was reported that there's tension in the immigration service. And yesterday, a senior police officer sent me a message and says, Johnnie, what you are talking about with the immigration service does not only pertain there. Come to the police, because it looks like the immigration service copied from the police. I won't mention their names because, you know, in this country, once you mention people's names and they are within a regimented space, they are victimized. Teachers are victimized for speaking up and asking questions about their chalk and marker boards or whatever it is. Policemen are punished for asking the right questions. Immigration officers are punished for asking the right questions. Everybody else is punished for asking what is due them or what is rightly so to be done. So I will not mention their names, but I will ask my questions. The questions that are on their hearts for them to ask, because they cannot come on air to ask those questions. They cannot go on strike. The police cannot go on strike. Prisons cannot go on strike. Immigration cannot go on strike. Fire service cannot go on strike. Army cannot go on strike. Customs division of GRA cannot go on strike. And because the people we have put there know that these people cannot go on strike because the law simply shuts them down, they have decided to be oppressing them. That's why I'm asking the question. If you go to the immigration service today, the 2-year contract given by the president to lawyer Techi, who is the boss, controller general, the people are not in favor. Just a small set of people who are benefiting from him, who are happy about it. Oh, yes. Because there are junior officers who have been promoted above their senior officers. Junior officers who have been promoted above their senior officers. It is happening in the immigration service. I have served for 6 years. Somebody comes, he has served for 3 years or 2 years in that rank. When there's promotion, they lump all of us together and they present us for the next promotion. I have a first question. Sir, is it true that Inspector Oswald Esuman Mensah, who until Tuesday, the 16th of August 2022, was one of your aide-de-camps or personal bodyguards, has left this country to abroad? Is it true? I'm asking again. I'll bring back the name. Oswald Esuman Mensah. Sir, is it true? One of your aide-de-camps, is it true that he has left the shores of this country to abroad? And that, without your knowledge, so you have ordered his interdiction. Is it correct? I'm asking. Well, now, if it is true, why did he run away? Your aide-de-camp, and anybody who doesn't say that, aide-de-camp is a bodyguard. He's a man close to him, like that. Batman. That's what they call it. Why has your own bodyguard left you? What was his offense? Did he get authorization that officers are supposed to get from the Interior Ministry before they move out? He's an inspector. He's not a small boy in the immigration service. So why is he not? If it is not true, come and tell us. If it is true, explain to us. You have a new contract the president has given you. And I want the president to be listening because, you see, Mr. President, the safety and security of this country is in your hands. If the immigration service, which is supposed to be policing our borders, they are disgruntled in the face of all these terrorist attacks across and around us, with people trying so hard to infiltrate into our country and they are preventing them. If they become disgruntled and unhappy, we are in trouble. So my interest in doing this is to make sure that the officers and men are happy. Because if they are happy and they are satisfied, I'm also happy. My safety is guaranteed and assured. I won't have to go through different layers to provide security for myself. Because people keep telling me, watch yourself, oh, they will kill you, they will harm you. So, sir, I'm asking you, if your own bodyguard has been able to move, who has been with you for years, has been able to move, and can do such a thing and leave you, if that is true, then there's a question mark, is there not? Now, sir, is it also true that you have stopped giving out medical allowances to Ghana Immigration Service officers, insisting that any officer who is sick, even if he or she is stationed in Axim, Wa, Sampa, Huni Valley, Boku, Tempani, Nyankpala, wherever it is, Golu, they should come to Accra to be treated, or else they should not expect any medical allowance, as has been the case before your appointment as Controller General. Is it true that if I'm sick and I'm stationed at Axim, I have to leave my station at Axim and come to the clinic at the headquarters? Now, who is running the clinic? Is there a conflict of interest situations there? And if I am severely sick and I have to travel for hours before I can get medical attention, don't you think that you are trying to put my life in danger, sir? So is it true that you have said that you are not giving medical allowance and that anybody who is sick must come to Accra to be treated? Is it true? Now, by the way, what is the relationship or connection between that GIS clinic cited at the GIS headquarters here, right by the BNI office, and the Sir John's Fertility Hospital at Sir John's in Accra? Is there a conflict of interest? Who are the owners? I'm just asking questions this morning. and what are the interests. Now, sir, good morning again. I have specific questions again for you. Is it true that since 2019, you, Controller General, has ordered that no regional commander should renew any resident permit for any foreigner, and that every permit application must be processed in Accra at the headquarters? Danny, pull up for me the fees and charges we can. So no regional commander can do that. They have no power at all. But previously they did. So is it true that you are giving a ruling or a directive or an order that they cannot do it? Now, come with me. Effective 1st September 2022, this is what's going to happen. Category of application, number of years, medical examination fees, fresh resident permit, 1 year, 1,400. Renewal of resident permit, 1 to 3 years, 700. Renewal of resident permit, 4 to 5 years, 1,400. Indefinite resident permit, 1,400. Right of abode for African descent in the diaspora, 1,400. Naturalization, 1,400. And it's signed, Controller General. Now, assemble this one. Sir, so previously, the regional commanders could renew these things and take the monies up there and then remit to you. Now, the information I have is that they have to process the documents, put the money, if it's a renewal, I think it's about 600 Ghana cedis, and the new one is 1,001. Now, these are the new rates, but presently 600 and 1,001. And they have to bring the cash to the headquarters. Is it true? Number two, they are supposed to be running COVID-19 tests. Now, let's say a foreigner is in Boku or Bimbela and wants to renew his permit and gives this 600 Ghana cedis to the officer. They have to also come and test for COVID. Do the foreigners actually leave and come and test for COVID at the HQ? Or does the money just come with the money for COVID tests and then they are given a small mechanized receipt when they have not actually gone through the test? So are we really testing the people, or are we pretending to be testing them, and are we supposed to be fighting COVID? And in any case, sir, the President of the Republic has announced and lifted the restrictions. So wearing of mask is not mandatory. Why are we still going on and on and on and on and on about COVID-19 tests? And where is the money going? Why is it why has the money been presented in cash when the Vice President is busy talking about digitalization and a paperless system? And you are supposed to be working to the Vice President. Say, assemble whole. Now, so is it the government of Ghana aware that no commander of immigration today has the power to renew a simple permit except that it must be done in Accra? When we are trying to decentralize, somebody is busy trying to centralize everything in Accra. The question is why? And what is the motive for such a directive in the face of decentralization? So, has the directive translated into revenue increase or loss? That's the next question, because we are looking for money. That's why we have run to IMF. That's why we have brought e-levy. So, has that directive that no regional commander can renew permits? No regional commander can renew permits. Has that brought us more money or less money? That's first question. Has it improved decentralization or not? Second question. Has it improved our digitalization agenda? Third question. And number 4. Controller General, you were interdicted in 2013. That's what your officers are saying. For the same visa and permit malpractices. 2013, you were interdicted. For the same visa and permit malpractices. As of 2019, 2020, and since your directive came, you are bringing all those permits to you. The people are beginning to ask questions again. What are you up to? Are you doing something again? These are your officers, so your top officers. They are asking questions. That you were interdicted for visa and permit malpractices in 2013, reinstated in 2017 after a court order. Now, they say they don't understand why you have tried to centralize everything when you have been made guilty in the past or mentioned guilty in the past and went on an interdiction. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, until 2017. You were interdicted for 5 years. These are questions. So is it true that the rationale for changing this old practice since 1989 of regional commanders renewing permits for applicants in the regions where they reside was to enable them to undergo tests for COVID-19 and pay the 600 Ghana cedis that I mentioned? And I'm asking, where does the money go? Danny, let's talk about transfers. Let's start from the Commissioner General's office, Controller General's office. Let's talk about transfers. So transfers were made, not this one. So this is a set of promotions, and I'll talk about them briefly. Let's talk, no, not this one. And I'll show you why I have the president's picture here very soon. This is promotions, Immigration Service, 18 March 2022. Directorate on Command Management, promotions. Pursuant to Regulation 17.5b of Immigration Service Regulations 2016 LI 2245, the GIS Council at its meeting held on 17 March 2022 approved the promotions of the underlisted senior officers to their next higher ranks with effect from 1st April 2022. These are the names: Emmanuel Ashley, ACI; Isaac Gansa, ACI; Peter J. Sapo, ACI; Florence Lai, Superintendent; James Amoa, Superintendent; Abubakar Sadiq Amadou, ASI; Henrietta Osei Bonsu, ASI; Michael Odami, ASI. These people work at the Comptroller General's office. That is my information. Now, focus on Abubakar Sadiq Amadou. He's an ASI. I am told that he's a member of the Comptroller General's convoy. An ASI is equivalent to an ASP in the army, or if you want to stretch it, equivalent to a lieutenant in the army. So an ASP in the police, an ASP in the prisons, and maybe, if you like, a lieutenant. They have 2 stars. When you see them, immigration officers with 2 stars here, that's an ASI. Right. So now this ASI is in the convoy. I think he's one of the motor riders of the Comptroller General. Once he's been promoted to ASI, should he still be riding motorbike and following the Comptroller General? Because if you're an ASI, that's a big job. But you can understand why that is possible. Because in 2017, when President Akufo-Addo came, and by military rule and their rules and dictates and protocol, this is a colonel. What you see up there is a colonel. He has 2 stars and 1 crown with this beautiful gorget and everything. Colonel. 2022, and even before that, the president's bodyguard, and this the military officers know. They say it in private, but they can't say it publicly. I will say it because it has never happened before. I don't think so. The president's bodyguard is a brigadier general. So you see the ranks have changed. He has a star, a sword, and then the coat of arms. Now the president, by our constitution, is the commander-in-chief. Question is, why should a general be following a general around? A general should not be following a general around, because a general, a brigadier, should be in charge of something, not to be carrying the president's bag around. But if the president can do it, then you can understand why the Comptroller General can do it. Now, let's go to the regulation. I want to quickly talk about the regulation, because he spoke about Regulation 17B. Where is the regulation? No, not this one. Okay, Danny, let's focus on this one. Now, this gentleman, I'm told, my information yesterday, I told you how this gentleman was quickly promoted from Superintendent of Immigration and to the rank of Chief Superintendent of Immigration in 1 day. 1 day, 18th March, he was promoted to the rank of Superintendent, and that same day, he was promoted to the rank of Chief Superintendent. Now, interesting story is that this particular person had been promoted, had been transferred from a certain station to Bumpurugu. What was his crime? His crime, which is known by the immigration officers, is that he had given his uniform to somebody to impersonate as an immigration officer to go and apply for a visa at the American embassy. A former director of immigration has seen him, that individual, and thought that this man cannot be an officer. And together with American security, they arrested him, brought him to HQ, the headquarters, and he confessed and mentioned his name. So he was on interdiction. Now, look at the letter. The letter says that the Ghana Immigration Service Council has approved of your promotion from superintendent, blah, 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 blah. No, Danny, give me the first letter. There are 2 of these letters. Now, it says, well, to the rank of superintendent of immigration, in fact, from 13th October 2016. Now, if 13th October 2016 was when the interviews happened, how can a man be attending an interview for promotion when he's on interdiction? And we do know what took him onto the interdiction. He gave his uniform to somebody to go to the American embassy to go and apply for a visa. A director who is now in retirement saw him, apprehended him, brought him to the HQ. He confessed and he was put on interdiction. Now the Comptroller General comes and he says that the matter has gone beyond 6 months and that anybody who has had a matter beyond 6 months, he squashed it and he has brought all of them down, started promoting them. But there was a provision in the law that I wanted you to put your mind to. Danny, bring the law for me. The screenshot for the law. Quickly, that's our last one. The screenshot for the law. This one. Thank you. This is LI 2245. And Comptroller General, how did you take note of this? I'll ask a very final question. This is what they should have satisfied. Anybody promoted, this is what they should have satisfied. That's the law, 2016. It says promotion interview, seniority, subject to satisfactory performance and good conduct as provided in the Immigration Service Policy Guidelines. Seniority. So if Sadiq, who I mentioned, is now an ASI, is part of the convoy of the boss, he has been promoted above his mates or his intake. How would they be feeling? Me and you, we went to school. We are in SHS 2. Then suddenly somebody comes and says, you are in level 300. When we are in the same service doing the same work, I'm in level SHS 2 with you. Then somebody promotes you to level 300. Straight. How would I feel? Number two, why would you put seniors and juniors together? People who have been on the same run for 6 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then you promote people for 1 year, 3 years, and you put them all together for the next promotion. Why would you do that? When you do that, you are creating disaffection. You are creating tension. Now, the second one says, a special recommendation based on meritorious acts of bravery or valor in the prevention of crime or outstanding performance of duty. Without limiting the effect of sub-regulation 1, an officer may be considered for promotion in the service on the recommendation of the Appointment and Promotions Advisory Committee or the senior officer under whom the officer serves. Is the Comptroller General running affairs single-handedly? That's the next one. The senior officer in the making of a recommendation under sub-regulation 2 shall take into consideration the following criteria: integrity and good conduct. So somebody who has been on interdiction for asking somebody to use his uniform to fraudulently acquire a visa and puts us, the whole country, in a bad light in the eyes of the Americans, is suddenly brought back and without question promoted twice in a day. Questions are being asked. 2, efficiency, attitude to work and sense of responsibility, experience and capacity for cooperation with other officers, initiative and creativity, ability to offer leadership, seniority, and whether the officer has served the required number of years in the relevant post. The rule is 4 years, sometimes 5. So when somebody has served 1 year, 3 years, 1 year, 3 months, or 1 year, 2 months, and then you lump them up for the next set of promotion, are you breaking protocol? Are you keeping protocol? And is that why you were put there, sir? To bring in political immigration officers, protocol immigration officers, and leave out the proper immigration officers? Mr. President, the people of the Immigration Services rescind that decision of giving that contract extension. They say the man is a threat to them, that the man has no industrial input, that the man is a lawyer and that there are people who can fill that role. They are asking you why there's no Commissioner of Immigration at this point. The people of the Immigration Service are asking questions, and if your security begin asking questions and they are murmuring, there is trouble. Assemble, Mr. President. Commander-in-Chief, as you said in Parliament, please look, open your eye. Morning, sir.